Storytime with Me TV, where books come alive. In the heart of a quiet autumn forest lived Nellie, a gentle lamb with a pink ribbon around her neck and a satchel woven from grasses. She loved to help others, always trotting from place to place with her woolly scarf trailing behind. One crisp morning, as golden leaves danced in the breeze, Nellie set off early to help Sparrow stack twigs for her nest. But when she arrived, Sparrow had already finished. Quote, "Thank you, Nellie," she chirped, "but I am all set today." A little puzzled, Nellie turned and walked toward the berry bushes to help Toad collect ripe fruit. But when she arrived, Toad was already hopping home with cheeks puffed full of berries. Nellie blinked. Quote, "No one needs me today," she whispered, watching a leaf twirl to the ground. Her satchel felt oddly light. She wandered a narrow trail lined with crunchy leaves. The woods were quiet except for the breeze in the branches. A squirrel darted past her, busy with his own bundle of acorns. Nellie stopped by a mossy stump and sat down, her scarf fluttering. She looked around, ears flicking at every rustle. Quote, "What should I do if no one needs my help?" Quote, she wondered aloud. She listened. The wind whispered secrets through the trees. A golden leaf landed softly on her nose. She giggled, the first smile of the morning. Nellie took a deep breath and noticed things she'd never slowed down to see the pattern on a mushroom cap. A line of ants marching across a root, the way sunlight sparkled on a spider's web. She pulled out her notebook from her satchel and began sketching. Each quiet moment brought a new detail to draw. From the way bark cracked on a tree to the curls of smoke rising from a distant chimney. The more she listened and looked, the more beautiful the forest seemed. Not because she was doing anything, but because she was noticing everything. Hours passed like minutes. Nellie stretched her hooves and stood, the breeze curling around her ears. She didn't feel sad anymore. Her satchel might be light, but her heart felt full. As she followed the path back, she passed Duckling trying to roll a small pumpkin up a hill. Quote, "Need a hoof?" Quote, Nellie asked, and this time, someone nodded gratefully. Together, they laughed and pushed the pumpkin until it reached Duckling's porch. Quote, "Thank you, Nellie! Quo!" she quacked, giving her a tiny gourd in return. Nellie tucked it gently in her satchel and continued down the path. Soon, she spotted Mole peeking from behind a tree. Quote, "The wind blew my scarf into the thorns," he said shyly. Nellie smiled and carefully untangled the little blue scarf. Mole grinned and offered her a shiny stone. She added it beside the gourd and continued walking. Each friend she met didn't need her right away, but in quiet moments, small needs appeared. And Nellie was there, patient and calm, ready to help. By the time she reached her own hollow, her satchel was full gourd, stone, drawings, memories. Not rushed, not loud, just gathered gently through the day. That evening, she sat by her window with a cup of warm cider. The sun dipped behind the trees, and a hush settled over the forest. She looked at her satchel and smiled. Quote, "Maybe quiet days are the most important," she whispered. Quote, "They make room for little wonders to find you." Outside, an owl hooted softly. Inside, Nellie wrapped herself in her scarf and listened to the wind tapping at her windowpane. The next morning, she didn't rush. She packed her satchel slowly and stepped onto the trail, curious where the path might lead. Not to fix, not to prove. Just to notice, and maybe lend a hoof when the forest gently asked. And as she walked beneath the amber leaves, she carried her kindness quietly, like the hush between falling leaves. Because sometimes, the quiet path is where the heart hears best.